From Sean Hills Sings Joe Hills, volume whatever. It's the Binge Watch Wrap.
Joe, with a green glass screen, blazing blocks per hand, it's the Hills extreme. Have you ever seen a Joe's expand? Grown and shown up with your demands, yeah. Everybody subscribe, Sean Hills is here to promote his bro live. Placing blocks all over the place, all powered by a vegan with jump boost and haste. Brother, I'll watch him let's play and debate with Joe, all the views I'll say it. Binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Stream it. Fill in your gaps, check live feeds and load up HermitCraft. Watch it on any size screen. Back it up to clone redstone machines just building. With dry concrete powder, wetting it down for a much smoother towel. Cause on this tube there's only one server. The whitelist is closed, so don't inquire further. Neighboring players compete on their stores. HermitCrafters you love with improv rapport, you just binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Viewers, you better click subscribe because today we're building that hype. Comment, your praises don't fail. Sean Hills on a roll with HermitCraft details. Singing out loud the way it should be sung with the natural sound that you like for fun. You know it's live now like a HermitCrafter. Read the description, tweet about it after. The hour of the Hermit is nigh. Churning out videos y'all will like. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, 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 Joe. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream.
Lay your head down and dream.
Lay your head down and dream.
Lay your head down and
Let
dream.
your mind flow downstream.
Sprawled out in a moonbeam.
Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. We are just loading some additional chunks for in advance of our next Bobby mod render. It never hurts to fly around the server and cache a few more chunks. I've already found a flower farm that I didn't know existed and some mountain ranges that were just out of range of some of our previous renders. I mean, they would have been in range, but the chunks didn't load because they weren't cached. So I'm just kind of getting a sense of what's out there just beyond the riverbend, colloquially. I also haven't even visited the desert, or what do you call it? The mining desert, or the mining mesa yet. Okay. So here is my portal that I made. This is where the Wordle border was. This little strait here. If you're looking for a landmark. That's it. As you can see, there's also some sort of temple thing down there. You can see my very official looking sign. Wordle, Wordle, Portal. Very official. Very official. Don't jump through the fire. Just as a professional tip from me to you. Okay, so we got two choices here. We can either go back to the pinball machine and get more rockets, which is actually probably what we should be doing. Or we can... I was going to try and go all the way to the ice bridge. Not ice bridge, ice race. But I realized that, yeah, so there's, what do you call that thing? Total chaos there. I realized on my way to the ice bridge that there was a bunch of stuff parallel to the path directly to the ice bridge. Ice race course. Y'all know what I mean. Okay. The studio is kind of a little bit of a wreck. So if you want to see the colossal and boundless wreck around me, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We just got done with my game over at the Mercy Road 4 stream, which is a 24-hour charity stream benefiting Child's Play charity, run by Saucefire. He's dungeon mastering. We had a great time. I didn't actually see the total that we raised during our segment. I was kind of trying to focus on being entertaining and not looking at the numbers because they make me neurotic. And I think we had an entertaining segment, so I hope y'all will check out the VOD from that at some point. And I hope you consider donating to charity, as Child's Play in particular. The stream weekend, or 24-hour stream, is going to be ongoing. We were game 3 out of 8. Saucefire Dungeon Masters, 8 3-hour games. They're really more like 2-hour and 40-minute games, because he's got 20 minutes of changeover with the different groups in between. But it's a wild, wild event every year. And I'm very lucky to be able to participate. I had a great time playing with everybody. And we're going to raid them out the at the end of the stream here. Okay, so I got some more rockets now. What I want to do, like I said, is for replay mod purposes. Wait, is that not the scaffold? I thought this was the... Wait, so the scaffold that goes all the way up to the sky we didn't actually break the other day. I don't want that screwing up my future renders, so we're going to break that and then go down here to collect them. I really feel like the audio is better for things hitting the water than it used to be. Am I wrong? I feel like the audio for stuff hitting the water didn't used to be that immersive in the water. It's a huge improvement. Props to the Mojang audio team. It's more satisfying now. Yeah, I think you're right. No, dolphin, don't go that way. The dolphins are very excited about all the items in the water. But just because you're excited about these scaffolds doesn't mean you should go and, Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't want to hit a dolphin when I do my trident thing. Because the dolphins are like the Yakuza. If you kill one, they don't really forget it. Okay. So anyway, we got some things there. Let's go ahead, though, and just do some quick flying around with the Bobby mod in order to get some extra chunks in here for our renders. Because like I said, I wanted to see how far away the ice paths is. Astrological Pro says this is a troll stream. I don't know what a troll stream is. I suspect, though, I've been streaming since 2008, and I think, based on my rough understanding of the word troll and my rough understanding of the word stream, the answer might be always. But, like, this stream today is not... this stream today is not trollier than usual. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not a gag. I'm really annoyed. Okay. What happened with the last stream? The last stream we just got off of twitch.tv/saucefire stream where we were raising money for Child's Play charity. I was just telling people that stream is ongoing for another let's see. We were hours 6 through 9. So yeah, another 24 minus 9 worth of streams is still yet to come. My Elytra is trolling me, but that doesn't make this a troll stream. That just means it's a bad Elytra. Okay, so here we go. On our way back to the pinball machine. Annoyed I didn't bring ender pearls. Astrological process because it's April 1st. Streamers troll their chat. I don't have the energy to do that this week. It's been a bad week here in Nashville. I was supposed to use yesterday as a catch-up day. The whole week, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to stress about this stuff. I'll just catch up on Friday. And then we had this huge storm system roll through. And so instead of catching up yesterday, I spent the whole day, well, not the whole day, but a bunch of my free time emptying out our most interior closet to make room for some couch cushions and blankets and my kid's helmet in case we got hit by a tornado. So, no, I don't have the energy to troll y'all tonight. That's the reason it's a 1 hour chill stream, is because I need to get, I'm supposed to get, Cleo and I were going to release our TCG matches tomorrow. And I spent most of the day today cleaning up, other than the 3 hours I was on the charity stream just now. I spent most of the day cleaning up because my parents are coming over tomorrow for my dad's birthday. And my apartment was basically a total wreck because we had gone camping last weekend. So there was camping gear everywhere. And then I emptied another closet everywhere. And it's just been one thing after another all day. I don't have the energy to troll y'all. Also, if I did that, because we're going to raid Mercy Road after this, that would be bad for them if I was a jerk to you now, right? That's not cool. That doesn't help Child's Play charity get children in hospitals, video games and stuff. That's not a good thing. So no, I'm not going to troll anybody today in any way different than how I normally would. Like I said, I don't know what y'all exactly consider a troll stream, but arguably everything I do could be considered a troll stream. Like, for example, if the face camera starts expanding, you're going to see the wreck behind me from setting up for the charity thing. It's a mess in here. But the face camera always gets bigger when people tip. That's not something I'm doing special for April 1st to be obnoxious. But yeah, right now the camera, I'm down here in slot 9 putting the hot in the hot bar. We're on our way to go get another Elytra, I hope. I hope that there's one in my ender chest. In which case, the fastest route is probably over here. Okay. Asteri says the D&D game was fun to watch. Hope they reached their goal. I hope so, too. I wasn't looking too closely at the money as it was coming in, because, like I said, I was... As a guest, my goal is just to be as funny as possible and let the folks running things worry about stuff like that. So I don't know how far they are from their goal. Nope, definitely didn't put the Elytra in there. I think I left the Elytra in the basement. Because I thought Jev was going to kill me. So... Lost Gold Music tips 3. That's our first tip of the stream. That's going to put us 17 away from our first face camera expansion milestone. Thank you very much, Lost Cult Music, who writes, "Good evening, Joe and chat." Okay, so here we go. What was my D&D character today? I was Handleton Beestinger, Caravan Guard, and Divine Soul Sorcerer. Divine Soul Sorcerer is arguably one of the least necessary classes in D&D, because it's a sorcerer who has access to paladin and cleric magic. But the whole benefit of that is paladins and clerics are devoted to their gods, whereas a Divine Soul Sorcerer is just like favored by a god but doesn't owe the god anything, right? So my character doesn't know that he's maybe descended from some god or angel or whatever. He just knows that he can do cool magic, right? And so he's kind of a warlock makes a deal. A warlock makes a deal with a god, though. That's the thing, is this is completely independent divine magicking. And so I play the character basically as Ted Theodore Logan as a caravan guard who his divine magic, he has healing and he has ice spells because he helps keep the fish cold that they move in the caravans. Yeah, it's he's the character's name is Handleton Beestinger. He's implied to be of the broad Beestinger line. Yes. Related to Rosie, yes. And hey, we got our first PayPal tip rolling in from, wow, I apologize if I mispronounced this, Nguyen Huis, tipping 100. So, woo, that is going to get us one full abacus. Let's start parsing those face camera expansion milestones now. I'm down here in slot 9 putting the hot in the hot bar, but not for long. Howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee, dee-da-dee-da-dee, Numero dos, expand Joe, do-do-do-do. Numero tres, even larger face, da-da-da-da. Numero cuatro, how about some more, Joe? Da-da-do-do. And now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I've forged in life are about to begin pulling us down to the deep below. Enter the Joust. Bum, 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 ba, 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 ba. Lowering the opacity now to 90%. So thank you very much, Nguyen Huis. That puts us 17 away from our next face camera expansion milestone. At this point, each face camera expansion milestone we hit will be accompanied by a corresponding drop in opacity. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put a token in the Plinko board for you. 2! There you go. So, yeah, I got the Plinko board set up because in the D&D game, my snowball swarm spell is 3d6 damage. So I could just take these 3 tokens here. And instead of rolling 3 dice, I'd be like, okay, I got a 2, a 4, and a 5. I definitely had one of the tokens bounce off the 6, so one of them went in 6, and then the other one bounced off it into the 5, because you can't get 2 of the same number, unfortunately. But, you know, it's a charity D&D stream, so you really got to go all out. Michael Crocker says, why do you keep chains within arm's reach of your computer desk? So I asked one of my siblings to buy these for me for Christmas, and he goes to the hardware store, and this is my brother CJ, who's kind of like one of the more serious of our family, and and he's looking at the chains and he's playing with them. A hardware store guy goes, what do you need? And my brother's like, I need 6 feet of chain. And the guy goes, okay, cool. How much weight does it need to hold? And my brother just looks at him and goes, I didn't ask. It's for my idiot brother, and he's either going to use it to lift something incredibly heavy, or it's for a Jacob Marley bit. I'll text him. And so he texts me, and I'm like, it is for a Jacob Marley bit. Good guess. Good guess. Okay, and then we got another 20 rolling in from Mooney Macy, who says, "Hope your day gets better, Joe." Honestly, this is the best. Well, normally this is the best part of my day. The last 3 hours were actually really good. It's just everything before that was just me cleaning my apartment nonstop, with my kid also trying to help me clean the apartment nonstop. It's nice now that she's 10. She can actually, like, I'm like, okay, I need you to move these books. And she can actually carry stuff. Like, some of the bigger ones, she was like, I don't know about that one. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll get that one, but you get the other 5. Like, just like, we had all these 12-inch by 12-inch cubes, by 12-inch, I guess. All these 12-inch cubes full of books that I needed to move from one shelf to another, and, like, but anyway, I don't think we did the expansion, did we? We didn't lower the opacity. So anyway, here we go. Expand Jost. Do. Lowering the opacity now to 80%. And let's drop a token in there for Mooney Macy. Plinko 4. Hey, also, one of the reasons that I wanted to use the Plinko board today for this charity stream was that this the charity that we were benefiting, Child's Play, is actually related to this Plinko board in a weird way. Child's Play was created by the folks at Penny Arcade, and every year Penny Arcade holds a Child's Play auction where they auction off all sorts of cool stuff, including this Plinko board. This Plinko board had been in their office for a long time. Robert Koo actually bought it, and the shipping manifest, like the order slip, the original order slip that Robert Koo, when he ordered this, had received, was in the box with it. So this was in the Penny Arcade office for years, and then they auctioned it off benefiting Child's Play. And then I bid for it so I could use it as a prop during my streams, because it's actually chroma green. I don't know if you can tell that. Let me show you the color. There it is. There's the color. While we're just flying over here, I'll let you just briefly appreciate. Thoughts on Inc. Kickstarter? I'm not here to tell people how to spend their money, but I'm a huge fan of Acquisitions Incorporated. I'm looking forward to more Acquisitions Incorporated. Mooberg says the color is a choice. Well, so the thing is, I probably wouldn't have bid on this if it wasn't chroma green, but I'm like, I can use this in my streams and chroma out the green backdrop. And so yeah. So the Plinko board, I bought it as part of a Child's Play auction, and I got to use it today as part of a stream D&D game benefiting Child's Play to roll my 3d6 on my snowball swarms. Well, Ollie wore a chroma green suit for MCC today. Oh, nice. Theosis says, sometimes I don't realize how much green you have to use to get that much chroma key. Yeah, it's kind of a lifestyle choice at this point, Theosis. Or a lifestyle necessity, because I can't afford a second pair of glasses. I don't make that much money. But yeah. So let's load some of these chunks for our Bobby Mod cache. I really want to be able to show where the race course is in relation to the rest of the server. Okay, so I think we're about ready to turn here. Back this way now. Yep, so we're getting to the Iceboat Road. But yeah, I've been listening to the Inc. podcast literally since it came out. Like, when the Inc. podcast came out for the first time ever with Scott Kurtz, even before they had Will Wheaton on there, I, like, read the blog post and downloaded the MP3 file. I have been a fan of Inc. for a long time. Zenthix, or Zenth91, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Ginger B10D, welcome back. Honestly, I'm the worst at keeping track of how long it's been between different things, like time passing and stuff. So it feels like only yesterday you were here. You are always welcome, and I am glad to see you. If you're ever away for like 2 years and I greet you like you were here last night, it's because I can't always do a good job of telling the difference. But I am genuinely happy that you made it out today. So welcome. Okay. Toxic says the bed mod's updated. Awesome. We're not going to do that during the stream. Because this is a chill stream, not a being angry about Fabric API loaders and stuff stream. But I am glad to hear that. But anyway, after those last two tips, we are still 17 away from the next face camera expansion milestone, and tips are still welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. That is one very pointy mountain. See, that's the thing, is these things technically would have been in render range, I think, of some of the long-distance renders I was doing, but I didn't have the chunks cached. So we're just kind of doing a fly-through here to get more chunks loaded. Welcome back, Lady Vaporeon. So once we're getting out to this watery part here, this part is less necessary because we don't really need these chunks for most of the angles we're going to be doing renders from. From like a completionist standpoint, it's kind of like, okay, I should stick around, but like really I think we're kind of ready to veer back this way now. Oh, see, getting these high altitude things though, those do show up in the background. So actually I am glad we kind of stuck this out a little bit. It's like if you go far enough in any direction on the server, there will be a mountain range encircling the other stuff. And so it's good to kind of capture that. No worries, Ginger Bee. The folks who are able to tip are making the show free for everyone to enjoy. Monetarily free and guilt-free. Folks making stuff on the internet, publicly available for people to view, help me through college and through 10 years of paying off my educational debt. And I am glad, very, very genuinely glad, that I can make things for free for everyone to enjoy, thanks to the support of the folks who are at a different phase of their life, where they can afford to support the arts in a way that, quite frankly, I couldn't back then. So, awesome. The Only at Night mod is indeed working. Thank you for testing that Kindleless. Am I going to render this from the top of the pinball machine? Not from the top. I want to get, once I finish, so I do want to do some renders of flying past the pinball machine once the sides are done. And this stuff would be visible in the background, I think. Mark says, when is the end of the season? Probably not until next year. I would be shocked if it was this year at this point. There's just so much left to do this season. Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, we don't want Tango to finish decked out and then everybody's just like, okay, new season, right? That wouldn't be cool. So I would assume, and the other thing you got to keep in mind is nobody's going to want to restart the season too close to the end of the year. So it's kind of one of those things where, like, if the season is still going September 1st, it's going to run through Christmas. Like, nobody's going to want to say, like, okay, let's start a new season December 15th. Because then you start the new season and everybody goes on Christmas break, right? That's not good. Howdy, Scar. So you'd want to start the season, like, either way before Christmas or way after it. And way before Christmas isn't going to be enough time for decked out, I don't think. And, like, a lot of us really plan on playing a lot of decked out. Because Tango worked hard on it, and we're very big fans of his stuff. Am I looking forward to trying the new Decked Out? I could take it or leave it. I'm just kidding. What did I just say? We're all super excited. Like, hey, welcome, Finn Tim. And I got to finish my pinball machine. That's the other thing, is my pinball machine, I'm pacing finishing that around the expectation that it's going to be a long season. Daniel J. McGrail says, how's your day been? Very, very busy. It was very productive, though. I got a lot done around the apartment all day. And then I did a charity stream with Saucefire. It's a 24-hour charity stream. I had a 3-hour segment playing D&D, which is why these candelabras were relevant to the plot. And the Plinko board was for casting my spells. Because I had a 3d6 spell. And I've got 3 casino tokens, 3 casino chips that go in there. Okay. So let's see. We got another tip rolling in from Mooberg. Thank you, Mooberg. First Mooney Macy, now Mooberg. I'm over the moo with all the support that y'all are providing. Who says, for just being awesome, thanks for the vibes. Well, thank you very much for the 21. We were 17 away from the next Face Gamer expansion milestone. Now we are 4 past. So here we go. It's time to expand Jost. Lowering the opacity now to 70%. And let's drop in another Plinko token. Plinko! 6! Good job, Mooberg. That is the highest number you can get on the Plinko board. Zenth9 says, Joe, any big plans for HermitCraft? I don't know. I think I might just do what the guy who makes Marmaduke does. And just stick to the absolute same formula for decades and just only draw a large dog getting into trouble. Until I retire. And then hopefully one of my children, right now I've only got one child, but you know, who knows, will take over drawing a large dog getting into trouble. I mean, you know, nothing's certain in life, but critical success, says Mooberg13. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so we're going to just we're just flying and expanding our Bobby Mod cache radius. There's technically a way to do this where you can download chunks from the server, but the problem with that method is it doesn't help me know where things are. And when I'm setting up these shots, I need to have it in my head where things are in relation to each other, or I'm going to set the shots up wrong. And they take a lot of time to set up and to render out. So it's kind of crucial that I have a good mental map of everything. So that's one of the reasons we're actually flying around, burning an elytra and rockets here, rather than just saying, oh, just grab the world download, grab the regions, and jump in the cache. Because it's like that accomplishes the technical goal of getting the things in the Bobby mod. But then I still need to fly around in survival, or sorry, I still need to fly around in creative mode, looking at that, or whatever, or spectator mode. And honestly, it's more fun flying around in survival with the elytra anyway, than flying around in spectator. Okay, so here is the mining desert where we have spent so much time on so many Saturdays, just mining away. Or is this not the mining desert? Is this some completely unrelated desert? Oh, there's a whole village there that I didn't know about. And there's whatever this thing is. Is this a swamp biome thing? Oh, I don't know what that is, actually. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff over here I didn't even know, right? I thought this was the mining desert. This is why we're doing this, so we get our heads around where stuff is. That's Asuma's witch farm. Okay. See, that's helpful, too. Me flying around here. The Bobby mod lets you do long-distance rendering of terrain features. which is very helpful if you're trying to make cool videos where you can see far away in the distance. People are saying, X who? Is Suma Void, presumably. You can find more on YouTube as a Suma Void. Is this a personal mod? It's a client-side mod. So it caches chunks when I download them from the server after flying over them, but then can continue to render them in the background in their, like, cached state. So they won't update until I revisit them, but they will render in. So, like, this mountain here, I could set my view distance way up and see this mountain here from further away, but I wouldn't necessarily see if that lava moved, right? This is actually a really cool terrain feature, too. I'm surprised somebody hasn't claimed it for a base. So you can see, though, where we're kind of flying alongside the border of what we previously had loaded, which is why on the left side you can see there's a bunch of chunks that are loading in first, because those are loading out of the cache, whereas the stuff directly in front of me is the stuff the server is sending me now. Yeah, there's our second donut in case we need another one. Okay. Ooh, there's a nice little tall feature. Tall features are the best for long-distance rendering because they give the world a lot of depth and height. Like, all these low trees here are going to be blocked by something in the foreground, but, like, spires and stuff that sticks up. Neon Wyvern says, you're planning on doing another big render. Yes, definitely. But it'll be more integrated. Like, the one I uploaded the other day was more like an experimental and contemplative piece, rather than, like, the stuff I'm going to be doing in the future will be, like, integrated into the episodes, right? So, like, if we're going to visit the race course for the ice boat race, I want to have a bunch of other stuff around the ice boat race pre-cached. So, like, here's the ice boat race course now, right? I want to have this other stuff pre-cached, so if I do a render from the ice boat race and you want to have a sense of place, you would have a strong sense of location on the server. Johnson of Donut says, donuts are cool. Joe Hills of Tennessee says, Tennessee is cool. Hey, quick shout out to that judge in Memphis. Thank you for granting a temporary injunction against that stupid new anti-drag performance bill. It's one of those things, like, when bills like that get passed, a lot of times they're pretty blatantly unconstitutional, and they're going to be struck down. But in the meantime, it's a huge hassle for everyone involved. So a judge just straight up putting in an injunction against enforcement until a higher court hears it avoids a lot of that intermediary hassle. So, yeah. So the bill was supposed to go into effect today, but a federal judge put in an injunction and basically said this can't be enforced until it's gotten a full challenge in the courts. So it's a pretty clear First Amendment issue that would have immediate impacts if they started enforcing it. Like, and I linked on Twitter last night the statement by the judge explaining, because temporary restraining orders are reserved for pretty extreme cases, and the judge was just like, here's why this is blatantly a pretty extreme case, and why the government, or the state of Tennessee, did a poor job of arguing that it wasn't. So that's a bit of good news if you're looking for some happy news lately. Because a lot of the news in Tennessee here has not been great lately, so that was nice to hear. So as you can see, there's other parts of the ice boat course we're loading in now. The camera is at 70% right now, Ginger Bee. There's a lot more stuff, like little villages and stuff along the iceboat course here than I realized. Yeah. As someone who performs for a living, I get very uncomfortable when anyone starts legislating limits on freedom of speech and expression in terms of performance. So this is definitely something that I see as personally impactful, even without the fact that one of my family members is trans and could be hit with this bill. Like, you don't need to have a trans family member to see how freedom of speech stuff around performances is pretty scary. So, just all around, I'm very pleased that this is. A case here. Okay, we're running a little bit low on rockets. I didn't realize quite how large this area was, and I also went way outside of it. But that's part of the goal of the render, is to go way outside of it, so that way you want to get more than you technically need, right? I'm not doubling HermitCraft's world size, because this is all stuff that's part of the iceboat course anyway. Why am I rendering again? Oh, well, because Etho and Ren are going to want to have the other hermits come visit the iceboat course soon. Also, if I've already got these chunks cached, when I'm riding the boat through it in the actual race, it'll, I'll be able to see further ahead of me and know the course better, which is helpful. It's not an unfair advantage, because everybody technically could install this mod and see what's ahead of them. But, like, you can move pretty quick in an ice boat. Okay. Howdy, NJ. Glad you could join us this evening. Okay, let's, we are just doing a bit of loading of distant objects here, so that when I do... Now, here's the other thing, though, too, is I genuinely think that my pinball machine might be visible from the iceboat course here, and vice versa. So one of the reasons to do this isn't just for iceboat course related stuff. It's for when I'm doing renders with my pinball machine. I want to make sure that it actually has enough chunks here to work properly. Okay. So we want to fill in that bit there. This feels like it's about far enough. So we're going to swing wide here. We're down to 56 rockets. No, I'm personally a big fan of individual freedom. I really wish the Libertarian Party in the United States wasn't such a train wreck. basically, I'm like I like maximizing social programs and maximizing individual freedom. So that's the other thing, is it's like I'm like very fond of helping people to have the freedom to be who or whatever they want to be and to do whatever they want to do as long as they're not hurting others. And unfortunately, a lot of people in the United States who are very pro individual freedom, they're just like, well, let companies do whatever they want as long as they're not hurting anyone. And it's like, okay, well, all this pollution is hurting people, or all this underpaying workers is hurting people. And they're like, well, no, as long as they're not like stabbing someone in the face. It's I'm like, no, you need safety nets, you need social programs, but you also need to make the point of those programs to enable people to find their own destinies and to live their own lives. And it's frustrating to me that there's not really a political party in the United States that really does that. So, I don't know. Grumble, 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 grumble. Yeah, the Libertarian Party is it's always had its problems, but the current leadership of the Libertarian Party, I like to keep an eye on the small parties, especially the more that the Republicans and the Democrats screw up. I'm always like, are any of these other groups likely to step in? And I'm looking at the mess that the Libertarian Party is in right now, and they're just like, all of a sudden they're anti-immigration. Like, being against borders is one of the best parts of the Libertarian Party's, like, stuff. I think a lot of stuff with it, immigration restrictions and borders, is stupid. And I felt that way before I tried to marry somebody from another country, and it was a huge problem. Like, from a legal standpoint, it's just a giant hassle. But, like, yeah. It's like all of a sudden the Libertarians are like, oh, we want to get the far-right Republicans to come to our side. Let's be against immigration. Let's be against abortion and all this other stuff that, like, Libertarians traditionally were in favor of, like, letting people decide for themselves. They're just like, no, we need to get the far-right Republicans who are disenfranchised. I'm like, no, you don't. You need to get people who like liberty? Like, libertarian? I don't know. But yeah, the Libertarian Party is a mess right now. But it used to be like, okay, they generally want people to be left to their own devices, and they're against invading a bunch of other countries. It's like, but oh well. So I feel like we're pretty far out and we're pretty low on rockets. So that's not a great combo. We are generally flying towards areas where I have chunks previously loaded, though. And we have some decent altitude. I could probably use the trident. Yeah, I think if we introduced ranked choice voting... Uh-oh. Well, I didn't realize that we were going to burn through 2 elytras. Let's try killing some pigs to fix our elytra. Sorry, piggies. Okay. Monate, thank you for tipping 20 with a heart. That we were we were 16 away from our next face camera expansion milestone. Now we are 4 past. So here we go. It's time to expand just because I'm like, the camera's a little different than usual, but this is the Tony Stark helmet cam framing. If you want to keep seeing the Plinko board, though, that's where it's going to be. So let's see what we get there. 2! There you go, Monate. We are 16 away from the next face camera expansion milestone, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills on YouTube Super Chat. Okay, so we have slightly... I should have grabbed some ender pearls while we were back there, and I didn't. That's on me. Bum, 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 bum. There should be a built-in Plinko board. I was watching my rockets, and I wasn't watching my elytra health. So let's see if we can get some more experience here. Fix our elytra enough to fly the rest of the way home, because we're not too far off as the Joe flies. Durability 29. That's not bad. You can do a lot with 29 durability. It's not exactly where I want to be, so I'm going to see if there's any other ground fowl or what have you. Ooh, a lot of sheep. Is that sheep looking at me? Okay. 59. My goal was to hit 40, so I think we're close. Dang it, we're getting further from 40 with 65. Okay, well, with that in mind, we're just going to run for it, because it's about to get dark. Okay, I think this is Etho's land over here, his little jungle. So I think we're in good shape. That was our last rocket. Oh boy. Any water over here? Of course it's going to be nighttime, so it's getting dark. Oh no. There is some water though. That'll help. I don't love how low it is. .40 durability. Hey, okay, so there is my portal there. That means Total Chaos is just over there. We're in good shape now, because this water is pretty contiguous, so worst case, we could just trident the whole way. Yeah, we are 7 minutes from the end of the stream, because it is a 1 hour chill stream. I have a bunch of editing I still need to do after this. And I'm not sure if I'm going to hit... So I've got my parents coming over for my dad's birthday tomorrow. So I have to finish getting my apartment ready, and I have to edit this video. And of the two... I mean, honestly, maybe neither of them are going to be entirely where I'm happy with them. But, like, they're showing up at a certain time tomorrow no matter what. And I don't know if the video is going to be done. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But it'll be up as soon as possible. I'm pretty wiped out because last night I was up late because I kept saying, like, this storm's generating a lot of tornadoes. We don't know if it's going to start generating them in your area. You need to stay awake until the line is completely passed. I'm like, I'm tired now. Like, I thought the storm line was going to be here at 11. Like, and I mean, there was some stuff at around 11, but then it's like, no, they're like, don't go to bed until like 2. And then it's just one thing after another. So, a lot to do. Not enough time to do it. A tornado passed through Jersey earlier. Wow, that's pretty uncommon, right? It was a particularly bad storm line. And a lot of places got hit really hard. We're lucky that Nashville didn't have any tornadoes. We had a lot of straight line wind and lightning and hail in kind of outer Davidson County. But yeah. Okay. So, here's the question then. I kind of want to see... We got 5 minutes left in the stream. I want to see how far away that stuff is. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop out here to the replay mod. We're going to let that replay file drop in. Gotta let that replay file render. You know what? Since we're getting to the end of the stream, also let's do the last call for tips. We are currently 16 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Each milestone we hit, the camera gets bigger, slightly more transparent, and I put a poker chip in the Plinko board, and then you find out what number you got. I don't know if that's deeply compelling to you, but if it is, it's gonna be a... We're going to stick around for a few minutes, because I want to see with this replay file how far out we actually got. I don't know if we got out as far as I thought we did. I might be overestimating how far the Joe flies with an Elytra. So, no problem, Nymph. Don't worry. There'll be another stream tomorrow. I'm just too tired. Is the Plinko a permanent edition? Oh, it's always in the studio. Just usually you can't see it. Usually I keep it behind the green screen, but I put it out in the foreground today for the charity event. Because that way, when I rolled my damage with my Snowball Swarm, which is a 3d6, I could drop 3 of the tokens in the Plinko board. Nymph says, I fulfilled the prophecy today. I got lost in Boston searching for Pokestops. Woo! We did it. And you played pinball. Ooh, what'd you play, Nymph? Guys, we can't leave. We got to listen. I want to know. I really like pinball. I get super excited. And, I mean, we're waiting for this anyway. Mooberg says, keep it out. It is a huge hazard. It is not in a safe part of the room. But, like, yeah. There's not really a good place to put it for day-to-day stuff. I can get it out for special streams, like the charity thing earlier. But, like, setting it up and taking it down and stuff, it's like... Getting the camera to work with it is a kind of... I put a lot of time into getting it set up for this. And so I just left it there for this stream. But, yeah, it's a whole thing. Well, as long as you had fun, Nymph, that's what's important. Hey, we got another tip rolling in. And, hey, let's load this up real quick, too. Before we process that tip. Because this will take some time to process. We're going to go out here. We got a couple tips. So I'm gonna thank the folks. I just want to get this... I want to show y'all kind of why we were doing what we were doing, right? So if I do a shot here where we fly past the pinball machine, where you can see the whole pinball machine, and you can see what's in the background. Options, video settings, let's turn that way up. 160. 170 was like the furthest that we could safely do. Done. Okay. We're going to move it like this far out so you can see what we're looking at here. Okay. So while that loads in, Codex of the Stars, tips 14. Woo! That is going to get us 2 away from the next face camera expansion, who says, this is more entertaining than rolling a d6. Plink a 4. We'll see. We are about to plink something because Samuel just tipped 5. So here we go. This one's for Codex of the Stars and Samuel, who say Plinko. That was a 6, not a 4. Sorry, Codex of the Stars. That puts us 17 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. But anyway, here we go. Expand Joe and Plinko. Do. I'm going to leave the bottom part in there. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 50%. This would normally be T. Joe Eckelsberg. But Isaac tips 10. Thank you, Isaac. Woo! That gets us 7 away from the next expansion. So yeah, So we got stuff starting to pop in here, right? We've got Doc's flag. Oh, you guys can't see all that stuff easily. But I have a feeling... let me switch tabs here. That if we did a shot, like especially from higher up here, where it's like we're flying past the pinball machine looking down. Oh, you can't see anything if I duck out of the... Okay. Well, the problem is it would probably take a few minutes to render in the Iceboat Road. So I'm going to temporarily hide the camera until the next tip rolls in, which it might not, because we already did last call. But I just want y'all to see kind of what I'm talking about here and not be blocking it with the Plinko board. But yeah, so all those chunks we loaded in with the cache earlier are going to render in here in replay mod. Yeah, that's Ethos base back there. Right? And beyond Ethos base, eventually the ice boat river will roll in. Right? Monte says, I love the sense of scale you get with the Bobby Pod. Exactly. It does give you a great sense of scale and location of everything. So... Mooberg says, I genuinely had no idea Ethos base was there. Yep, that was one of the big reasons that I worked so hard to get the back of the pinball machine done first. Because I was like, that's the only part Ethos is going to see. He's going to fly right through past my base every time he goes to the shopping district. Okay. So, can't quite see to the ocean yet. Because I can see the back of the perimeter has started to pop in, though. Yeah, you can see the back wall of the perimeter behind the flagpole there is popping in. Slowly. I should probably pause the game. If I pause the game, I think it'll render faster because we won't have lighting updates. Oh, gosh. What did I do? Function F1. Well, I might have broken my ability to render the menu. So we can't actually pause the game. It's going to play. Yeah, okay. Well, that's how we learn. What's going to be inside the cabinet? Pinball components. It's going to have a play field and like pop bumpers and flippers and stuff. We're not there. This is like, we've got like 6 months left in this project. And plenty of time to work on it. We're making progress every day. Maybe not today. Yesterday, though, we made huge progress with the sponges and stuff. So what I was actually thinking was I kind of want to do the render of me putting in the sponges and removing the water from, like, above sweeping around here, right? Please don't yell in all caps. But yeah, you see how it's, like, loading in the chunks in the distance there. It takes a while, but when we do the replay mod render of this, it'll look great. So, just gives you a good sense of scale of everything. Okay. So anyway, this is supposed to be a 1-hour chill stream. I probably need to set up the actual render that I need to run so I can edit it into the episode. But yeah. So also the idea is then if we've got like an establishing shot outside of Cub's pyramid, right? You can see, you know, like Hermit's flying into Cub's pyramid and then, but you can see in the distance all the stuff. I know it was a sincere yell. I'm just saying, watch the caps. It's easier because I'm the only mod here. It's easier not to pay somebody every night. Oh, I also got to do payroll. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long night. I gotta clean, I gotta edit, and I gotta payroll. It's not spring break next week. Not for Nashville. Some places might be having an Easter break soon, though. But, yeah. I should wrap up the stream. We're going to go ahead and we're going to raid Mercy Road, which is the charity stream I was hanging out on earlier. Once again, just to show you the joy of casting my snowball storm spell. I can drop in 3 of these here. Did 2, 5, and 6 damage. Boom. 3d6 rolled with discs in a Plinko machine. It's a lot of fun. Saucefire is a incredibly hilarious dungeon master. Let me see who is in the next segment. Twitch.tv/directory/following. Anybody I know personally? Hype Goblin's cool, and with Saucefire is the DM is very cool. The problem is these people have their names are set to their character names, and so I might not recognize their faces. Dang it. That's medium to moderately inconvenient. Wait, there's somewhere on Twitter that he had the full schedule. Let me see if I recognize these people's actual names. Whatever. Next problem. It's fine. I'm too tired to do this right. We're just going to slash raid Saucefire. If you enjoy helping folks out and you enjoy watching D&D, I hope you consider donating to Child's Play as part of Saucefire's 24-hour charity stream. I just had a ton of fun playing over there, and I hope you had a ton of fun with my goofy Plinko board as a result. Anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out tonight. Thank you for your support. Like I said, that D&D game and this is like the best, most fun 4 hours of my day. And now I've got to get back to work. I wish I could keep hanging out with y'all. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Stop.